Hey everyone, Minerva here. I was looking on what to do today and sorry, I remembered I had this project we made at the International Crafters Group. You had to draw, close your eyes and just doodle on a piece of paper and then color it. So this is what I ended up with. I used markers, all kinds of markers. And excuse me. I couldn't decide what to do with it. Some people cut it into ATCs and others cut it into flowers. It looked nice cut as flowers, but I don't have a flower punch. Not a big one anyway. What I would have to use is a Cricut and hold on a second. So like I said, what I would have to use is a Cricut, and I don't think I want to set that up right now. I wanted to try, because some people, I want to see how this glitter would look. It would look nice, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. Use it as a ATC backgrounds. The paper is 9 by 12, so I'm gonna cut it every 3 inches along side. Every 3 inches, because I have to cut it. Wait. I have to cut it. I have to think this out. It has to be 2.5 by 3.5. I almost cut it at 3, but it's supposed to be at 2.5, so. And then I'll just decide if I add something to it, because it's going to be a background, so you just start from there depending on the project you want to make. You already have a base background. So I have this piece left, but I'm not going to discard it, because I can do something with that. 2.5 by 3.5. These would be nice on a pocket letter or for an ATC swap. Very hot. That background noise is a fan I have on, because my ceiling fan went kaput, and I'm using a small one. And it's very hot and humid. It's raining somewhere, not here. You can hear thunder. We need some rain because we're going through a drought right now, and it's very humid. So these are the ATC backgrounds. See? So if I want to add some glitter, I'll add it later on. Or maybe just a top coat. Make it look shinier, I don't know. I did use some metallic markers for some of the colors. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to cut this in half for now so I can store it in my box. So these go into my box of ready-made things or backgrounds and stuff that are ready to use. So the other thing I want to try today is I have this very old craft book. The title is Crafts for All Seasons. I don't know if you can see that. And it's from the 80s. Well, it was first published in 1975, and the last edition I have here is 1980. It's a book by Moraine Botcher and Ephron. But I was looking through it, and I always wanted to try a technique called Seminole Patchwork with fabrics. And I saw this and I decided to try it with paper. Patchwork has been done with paper before. Hold on. That's why I almost always like to record and just kick the volume off the video, because there's a lot of guys that are running around on motorcycles making all kinds of noise. So anyway, I've seen patchwork done, like patchwork used for quilts with paper before. I've used it before to make some cards, but I wanted to try this Seminole, which is the same concept, because you use a strip of fabric, or in this case paper, and you put two lines of coordinating or whatever, you know, two strips, and then you cut it and you sew them or glue them together diagonally. So this is what it would look like. And then you cut these off and you end up with a nice pattern. So I'm gonna see how it comes out with paper. I'm gonna use 6x6 paper so that it's more manageable, and I'm gonna look for a nice base color. I think florals look nice. So I'm going to use this floral background. Let's see what. Oh, and see these paper pads? I've seen this on the big ones also. They have a complete different border up here where you cut the paper off. So I wouldn't throw these away, because that little piece right there, you can use it for a border on an ATC or wherever you need a nice strip of. You can make a little banner, little banners for quilts and things. So, I'm sure you had noticed, because we don't throw anything away, do we? So what I'm going to do is, let's see how wide I'm going to do this. Maybe I could use a smaller cutter. I always wanted to do this with a collar on a shirt, but I never did. So this thing doesn't have a way of measuring but I'm going to use where the 3-block mark is. Maybe it looks better if it's thinner. Yeah. Ribbon or tape is what they usually used. Let me use 2 little squares. Oops. That's one. That's the second one. And 3 by 7. Maybe I'll use half of this. The next thing would be that you would have to probably glue this onto another paper, because since it's glued, it's not sewn. Oh, really? Okay, I'm going to use 3 inches. And now I'm going to glue this with one of these glue sticks. You just want to have the 2 strips that are, almost an equal distance from each other. Just eyeball it. Oh, I'm putting some glue on top of this pad here. And some iced tea. So then you're going to cut this in narrow strips of equal size. So I'm going to cut this about half an inch. Half an inch? Yeah, I guess so. Half an inch. Seems like it's less than half an inch, but it isn't. Because since the glue is still wet, I'm going to get my blade all gummed up. Could use a circular cutter like Annie Hayward suggested a while back. And I think it's all rusty. Stuff gets rusty real quick. Let me see if this works. I made a couple of quilts way back. I haven't done any in about 4 years, I guess. So let's see if I remember how to do this. to line this up here so that it's straight. I'm going to line it up with the bottom and the right side. And I'm going to let me see if this cuts. It moved. It's really rusty. Nope. It's not even moving. Another smaller one. There you go. Half an inch. As long as you have the 2.5 inches. It tends to want to move on me. No, it didn't move. I guess I'm not pressing down hard enough. Sorry if my hand is in the way, but that's the only way I can cut this unless the camera was on the other side, which I can't do that right now. Could be wider, but I wanted to try a half an inch to see, so that it was, you know, more pattern came out. So always close this to be on the safe side. So I'm going to get white paper, which I'll probably need. I will probably need to glue this since it's not going to be sewn. So what you do is, the first line, I'm going to use it this way. The first line, like this one, this is the first line. You would put it on the second line. This is supposed to be looking like this, diagonally. And you keep on putting them like that. It seems like an awful lot is left over here. Maybe these two are too far apart. Really. Narrow strips. Seems like there would be an awful lot of waste here. Maybe I cut the Maybe I glued the strips too far apart. I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to put the top on the top of the first little square. I'm going to start gluing them like that. Start way up here so I have enough space. What I'm going to do is, not to make the video too long, I'm going to glue that one in, and then the top of this strip I'm going to put on the top of the first square. Then the top of this one on the top of the first square here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause and come right back after I do that. So this is how it looks like. Remember I said I was going to glue the top of each strip to the top of the first square that I glued on. That's how it looks. Now we're going to cut off all these tips. I'm going to try to use that my quilting ruler and that cutter, which is, should have gotten a shot. Okay, let me push this up, and I'm going to cut all these tips off. Fairly good. And I'm going to turn the paper around and cut the other tips. I'm lining this by itself. I'm going to cut this just to show you. You can still use these tips if your project is with paper, because if I cut this off, see how it forms a nice little border? It's on a white background, but you can find a use for that also. Put this aside. So this is what we were working on. So now we have a strip that is rectangular, and I don't know, I guess you can cut that off if you want to make it a rectangular strip. You can cut this off. You would have sort of a triangle there. This is what you would have. So that looks very nice. It looks like it was, it looks like it's been woven. That's what it seems like. It's a weave pattern. But I think that's very nice. If you make this in a 2.5 by 3.5, you cut it, you make a large one and you cut it into ATCs, or This would make a nice bookmark. Or you can cut it in pieces and make all kinds of patterns with it. So that's what the Seminole technique is. If I hadn't glued, let me try real quick. I'm going to make another one and I'm going to glue them closer to each other. So I'm going to pause the video because I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to glue 2 strips of this, but they're going to be closer together. Okay, so I cut these 1 inch wide, and I have about 1/4 of an inch distance between each strip. I'm going to cut them 1 inch wide so that it would speed up. See, this one, since they're closer in, I can do it like the instruction says. The first line goes alongside the second line. First line alongside the second. These aren't really glued together well. Here are my parakeets. I think this glue is gone. Oof, it's hot. Let me turn this over because first to the second. Remember, this is a technique that's supposed to be used with fabric, but I have to glue it onto a paper because I'm not using fabric and I'm not sewing it, so I have to glue it on to something. With fabric, you have to leave a 1/4 inch seam allowance and sew them together. So that's that. Now let's cut the tips. Squaring it with the top of on the center of the tips. See, you can see the how should I say it? Diagonal lines, you can see them clearer this way. This would be a different pattern than the one I did before, where I lined them up differently. This is a real Seminole look. You can you can also use, instead of 2 strips, you can use 1 strip in the center, or 3 strips, one in the center and one or 2 smaller ones on each side. You can do all kinds of patterns with this, so go ahead and give it a try, and you can play with your paper and make different patterns for your backgrounds or borders. You can cut them up or use punches and cut different shapes. So that's it. I really like this one. This is where they were more separated. And I can, look at this. These are really cute. I wouldn't throw these out either. So thanks for watching, and have a nice day, and I hope you play with your papers. If you don't have one of these round quilting or fabric cutting things, you can use your regular cutter. I would wait till the glue dries a little bit, because it gets gummed up and it's harder to cut it with the paper cutter. So bye guys, thanks for watching, bye.